dress. It is very silly and it's really inconvenient to others, but it can cause you to hurt yourself if you do not put things back where they belong. Even if it's your own house, even if it's it's there, even if it's you there, you get a call or you're thinking of something, you turn and you walk right into it and flat on your chin. Awareness, observation. Put things back where they belong. And make it clear that I am observing what I'm doing so that I can live that fulfilled life. I do not care how much money you have. I do not care how hard you put that 20% to work. I need you to listen to me in a moment. What I am saying to you right now is that I'm talking to you. You, the very older, middle-aged human being. You, the young, coming up human being. Financial prosperity is amazing. It's great to have. What I am asking you to do is to stop putting 20% into just accumulating wealth, financial wealth. If you do that, you're just doing 20% and you are failing, whether you realize it now because you're older. The older ones are realizing it well. They'll tell you, Tessa-Marie, I was so busy working, I didn't take care of my physical health. I never took time to meditate, to relax, to sit in stillness and silence, and I'm an emotional wreck. I never took care of my mental ability to stay in the moment and practice small things that will enhance my mental as I am aging. I just worked and physically, you are like Bruno from across the street. Bruno used to tell me how much he cannot wait to pay off his mortgage because that's what he's working. I take every bit of overtime. And Bruno would always tell me how much money he had. I'm so rich. And when Bruno paid that last monthly payment on that house, he told me, he was from Germany, and he goes, Tessa, I did it. And I go, what? He said, I did it. House paid, free. Next month, I retire. Bruno died next month when he retired. He just died. He had all the money, and Uta was crying. But the point is, Bruno did not realize that he needed to keep his heart going too. So those of you that are looking at the mountain top, looking at the rung of the ladder up there, and you're putting your first foot on that rung at the bottom, when you look up at those that are wealthy and ahead of you, also look at the other pillars in their life, or ask them. Better still. And those of you that are up there and realize you should have taken care and be observant of your other pillars when they were weakening, tell those you know, balance is important. All the wealth in the world is not going to make you feel physically fit. You retire, and all you can do is sit. You need to move. You retire, and all you can do is eat. You need to stop eating as much. You are retired, and you retired from everything, even a kind word to a neighbor. You retire, and you have no mental acuity. You cannot think and clearly describe what you want to say. You lost that. You are retired, and emotionally you are enraged. You show up at the bank, you know fully well it opens at 8 o'clock. But you show up at the bank at 7:45 with an attitude like you want to crush us because we cannot open the vault, we cannot open the door. And you're angry. You're retired. You didn't take care of emotional prosperity. And now mental is just going cuckoo. Spiritual, you don't care about anybody. Nobody is good enough. They have all sorts of fault. Who are you? You have wealth though. You did not observe that all the other pillars were shaky. They are shaky because you did not nurture them. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. They should have changed that and say all work and no play makes Jack, it starts with an A, and it ends with an E. Yes, because you see, Jack now doesn't know what to do. And these are the people that are telling you, make all the money you can, money and money. And I want you to look around you and see how far it will take you. And see how far it took, Anthony Bourdain. And see how far it took Robin Williams. They had it. They worked for it. And they got the honors. They stood on the stages and they got trophies. But it wasn't enough. They were still hungry. They were still dry. They were still thirsty. They were lacking one thing. One, in many cases, emotional prosperity. Emotional prosperity told them, you're not worthy. You're not good enough. The world is better without you. Michael Jackson couldn't sleep, they say. Whitney Houston didn't think she was good enough as a singer, they say. And just recently, all the money in the world did not stop that young man from cutting his parents' throat, did it? Even if they had thrown it to help him, and I'm sure perhaps they would. But emotion was not there, mental, something went wrong somewhere. We didn't observe it. The parents didn't observe it. Nobody observed that this young man, Matthew Perry, was being given drugs and this one person just got 15 years for that. Nobody observed it. Or nobody was aware it was that bad. So in all we do, observation and awareness, but first you have to observe that it is not going the right way. You have to observe when this thing needs to be pulled in, whether it's a child or somebody you know. Clear your mouth by saying, listen, I cannot tell you what to do, but I need to let you know what I'm seeing, what I'm observing. You don't even have to fix it. You don't even have to accept it, but I am asking you to observe when you see something is not right, that you should speak to that child, that family person, and ask them so that you are not standing or sitting with them on the couch of regret and saying to them at that moment, I knew something was wrong, but I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to upset you. So guess what? You're sitting on the couch of regret. When you had the tool at the moment, even if it was for them to look at you and say, I remember you telling me I should take care of that. And it might give you peace, not satisfaction. It will give you peace, not satisfaction. But if you keep accepting and seeing something that is observing something that is broken, and you're not bringing awareness to it, to the people that it is going to affect, then you are just as much at fault as those who do not correct. Course correct. Everything needs to be course correct. I couldn't count the dollars that send these people to the moon. I couldn't. But they have hundreds and hundreds of people at different types of stations course correcting to keep them on track. Their brain is highly developed, nothing like mine. But there they are, course correcting. But we are going through this life of ours, observing and not aware. So you are the master of your 5 pillars. Nobody is in control of those 5 pillars of prosperity that you have but you. So you have to remember this decree. I am an observer of my life. I see the change before the shift. I'm aware of my being. And I stand firm in my 5 pillars of prosperity. I will not be buckled because I am awake. And I'm awake because I observe. And I am observing because I want to be aware. And this is what we have to remember when we look at our 5 pillars, is that we cannot have one stronger than the other. If you do, you have to decide, what can I do to nurture the other 5, the other 4? You work, and if they did not give you benefits, you would be angry. and say there's no benefits in that company. I'm not staying in this company. But no, you're not using the benefit. No, you're not using the benefit. Why? Because you just cannot be bothered. Do you understand what the energy of a massage can do for you? It will relax the physical body enough. Or go to a retreat or sit in stillness and silence for your emotional. Take some time to meditate. Stop fidgeting, but you can't. You have to course correct your fidgeting during meditation. Come back to the heart. Where is your heart? What does it look like? What are the valves look like? Send energy to open them. They say we can fix our ailments with our mind. They said it's a beautiful thing. We do not work it as it should be worked. So why not try that? You see, the real thing of us, many of us only become aware when things buckle. That's what we do. We wait until it crashes. We are never observing the change and preceding the awareness. We have to stop being victims of surprises. We have to align the act of observing with present awareness to unlock the 5 pillars, to look at them and say, you know what? My emotional reaction to this thing was just out of whack. And you have to say, why did I react that way? Because you must remember your emotion is tied entirely on your 5 senses. We react to what we see, we hear, we smell, we taste, and we touch. And our reaction. But we do not choose. Is it now? Should I go or should I stay? Should I walk away and live to fight another day? Should I? Is it the right time to blow up? So, you see, it's only if you're observing the storm coming in that you are able to find shelter. And if you're not observing that storm and it comes and you're not prepared, you're going to be caught in these crosswinds. As I said, the observer will see everything around them that's not working or need attending and go for it because they're aware it's going to get worse. So there are this kind of people that just stay in that financial mode, and that's where they are. I'm not beating finance because it's part of your 5 pillars of prosperity, and it allows you to have experiences you wouldn't normally have if you didn't have it. That's all it does. And the other pillars helps you to have these experiences. So, like Bruno, he did his best. That's what he was taught. But I learned from Bruno. I was very young, and I sat and I thought of it. And it hurt because I know how much he wanted that retirement after the mortgage was done. No vacation, nothing. So you see, if you're sitting here and you're not observing what your body is saying physically, or you haven't noticed lately that you're slurring your words mentally, that you're forgetting a lot, breathe and reconnect. Find something, study something to bring you back to realize I need to fix that. Physically, you just, no. You have to fix it. You have to pay attention to what is ailing you. And if you notice that you're depressed or you're down in the dumps because of situations beyond your control, and it's affecting your pillar of spiritual prosperity, and you're believing that you failed, you didn't fail. You did your best. And if you know for sure you did your best, stand up, shoulders back, chest out, and repeat to yourself, I did my best. I did the best that I knew how. Because you see, your spiritual prosperity is knowing that you're good enough and you did what you're supposed to do. And everybody else also has the right to do what they're supposed to do. And everybody else is good enough. And once you know that and you touch those pillars that way, you'll find that you are indeed living a fulfilled life. So no matter what you do today, Step into the art of observing this weekend. Observe the winds, the weather. Observe how things are turning. Observe your friends and your family. Observe their behavior. Observe how they speak. Observe when they speak. Observe yourself. Watch your words. Are you speaking power to yourself? Or are you putting yourself down? You see, because to observe is to be. Observation is the thing that causes you to be aware of where it is you're going in this life that you're choosing to live in. If you do not observe, you will never be aware. And if you're not aware, you will find yourself standing on the ledge and believing you have a full platform beneath you. Be careful when you're leaping. Take care of that day, because in observation we win. Have a wonderful and amazing